We are going to talk terms and definitions, making sure that you understand some key important phrases that have to do with your sales, whether you're selling on Etsy or Shopify or Wayfair or Amazon or Overstock or wherever it may be. I want to make sure you understand the terminology that may be associated with your account or things that come up in reporting. So the first one is average order value. That is where you take your sales revenue, the top number, right, what your total sales are, and divide it by the number of orders you have taken. The reason you want to figure this out is because you want to be able to say, okay, if I am getting on average 50 orders a week and my average order value is $10, then 50 times 10 is 500. So you understand and can project what your cash flow is going to be like. So I know that, for instance, on Wayfair, the average order value is about, I think right now it's about $232. So understanding that number is really important because it helps you project cash flow down the way. Okay, the second term is conversion. And I realized I didn't introduce myself. So, hey gang, I'm Heather, and I help folks sell their products online. So, okay, conversion. Conversion is the definition or the term when somebody actually makes the purchase. They've gone from a lead to a purchased customer, and you've got their email information, you've got their order information, all of that. And this is important because you want to know what your rate of conversion is, right? So, for instance, it's if you have a product and you can see that it's getting 100 clicks, but only one person is purchasing it, then that's a very, that's kind of a poor conversion rate, a 1%. We really want your conversion rate to go, well, over 1 in at least 3. So I kind of think 1 is a little bit on the low side. I personally would rather have you have like a 2, even at 1.5, because the difference between 1% and 2% is double, right? That's like double your sales. So that's all we need to do is make that needle move that 1%. So it's important to understand what your conversion rate is, because if you're only getting 100 eyeballs on your website and your conversion rate is 1%, that's like just one person is going to buy. So you need to understand what that is, so you understand, then you can reverse engineer how many people need to visit your site to hit the sales goal that you want. Okay? So that is conversion, and actually that's also conversion rate. So conversion rate is that 1 to 3% that we want to be in at least. Okay, the next term is a lead time. And this is the time the time from when you receive an order. So the customer hits the purchase button, and the time in between is how long it takes you to see the order, to download it, print it, whatever you need to do, fulfill it, meaning put the product in a box and get it out to the shipping location, like whether that's UPS or FedEx or USPS. So, and then all the way to the time that you've got to get to the customer. So if your internal lead time, let's say, is 3 days, and then it takes another 3 days to reach the customer, your internal lead time is 3 days and your shipping time is 3 days. So it'll be 6 days before the customer will actually receive that product. And that is why we really, really highly encourage you to have a 24 to 48 hour lead time internally, so that the customer can actually receive their product within 5 to 7 days. So that is what your lead time is. And why it is important. It sets customer expectations. I know that customers tend to be a little more flexible with, when they're shopping directly from, like, say, Shopify or your Etsy site with lead times. But the bigger companies like Amazon and Wayfair and Overstock and Home Depot and Walmart.com are not. They have requirements that you need to meet. So you want to, like, I guess Amazon isn't quite, but the Overstocks and Wayfairs and Home Depots and Lowe's and Bed Baths and Targets all have a requirement that, they ideally want a product shipped out within 24 hours, but 48 will be okay. 72 is really pushing it. So they want the customer, again, to receive that product within the 5 to 7 days. So that is a lead time. Next up is a payment gateway. So this one, I can be honest, when I was like, payment gateway, what the heck? But this is easy. This is just the mechanism that is used to collect the customer's payment information. So it can be Stripe, it can be Intuit, it can be Square. All of those are payment gateways. It's just the way that when the customer hits the buy button or the purchase button, who is running their credit card on the back end? That's what that is. So you need to make sure you set up an account with one of those companies so that you can have a payment gateway. Now, if you are selling on Etsy or one of these other sites, if you're selling to Wayfair, you don't need to worry about this. That's their job. They are going to make sure that they pay you on the terms and conditions that are set. So, but if you are selling from your own website, you do need to make sure you have a payment gateway that is connected and that will work successfully. So those are kind of the keywords, I think, of the week. Average order value, sales revenue divided by the number of orders. Again, that's important because you want to make sure that you understand what your projected cash flow is. Conversion is the act of a customer actually purchasing the product. Conversion rate is the number of eyeballs that come to your site divided by the number of orders, and that's a percentage. We want it to be at least 1%. Between 1 and 3 is what the average is. And lead times, the time that it takes for you to get the product out to the customer. And payment gateway is the way that the customer puts in the money and you get paid. All right, y'all. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, I would love it if you would like this video. It really does help. Keeps it up there in the search and rankings. And also, if you are watching this and you haven't seen, or you are watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn or someplace like that, then we have a group called How to Sell Products Online. And if you would like, you're more than welcome to come and join that group. The link is in the description. So, all right, y'all, have a great week, and I'll see you tomorrow.